solutions. You can do your part, too, by taking simple steps to make your home more energy efficient. Because together, we have the power to make a difference.
This message brought to you by Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation.
Hi, this is Jordan LaFevre of the LaFevre Quartet, and you're listening to 1100 WSGI, Springfield, Tennessee, God's Informer.
One street over there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I have today.
Hello, good morning. This is, you know it, 1100 WSGI. I'm Utah LaVern, and this is One Street Over. What's going on One Street Over from where you living? We're going to find out because we have the one who knows. County Mayor Billy Vogle's in the house, and he has all the details we need, right?
Part of them, maybe.
Part of them,
Some of them you want to hear, some of them you probably don't. It's good and bad with everything.
Oh, I know it. Y'all have a good meeting last night?
We had a long meeting, and you would think right after we passed the budget last month that everything would kind of be slowing down, but not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we've got a busy week. As he said when he sat down, it's really one of his busiest weeks. You got a State of the County address today in White House.
At White House.
And then we've got, of course, the county commissioner meeting happened last night, so we're going to get a report on that from Mayor Vogle today. And it's fair week, and so everything's going on with the fair. The fair will open today. Let's just get this out there today. They open at 5. They have the parade at 5 as well, so all that's going to be going on. You've got that to look forward to, and it will be a lot of fun. And so get out to the fair tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night. You can get in. It's pay one way, $18, and that gets you all the rides. And so that's a good deal. And seniors, Mayor, we can get in with a toy.
With a toy.
For the Kiwanis Club. And that will allow us to go see all the events. Now, you can't ride rides, though. I mean, you've got to pay that $18 if you want to ride rides, seniors. So if you want to get up on that Ferris wheel, you still got to pay, to ride the rides. So you'd have to pay that. And I guess you could just buy a few tickets and ride the rides, too.
I think about when I was a kid going, the smells of the food cooking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. Yeah.
It does. We do our newscast at the Greenbrier. And we've started a new feature that we're having so much fun with. It's called Ask a Bobcat. And we just ask, silly questions, fun questions. We ask a serious question about 9/11 last week with the kids, but typically they're just silly and fun. So we asked them last week, what's your favorite part about the county fair? Hands down, the biggest answer was the food. Fried Oreos, probably.
I like the smell of those blooming onions or wherever.
Yeah, those all that stuff, But that was probably the winner. And I don't typically share the kids' newscast on my page. I need to start doing that. But I shared their newscast this morning because I wanted y'all to see their take on what they had to say about the fair. And I especially wanted you to go watch our Vice Principal Staggs because he was hysterical with his, he just is always being so silly and fun. And we just love him. He's hysterical, but he was having a good time, and he was talking about the taters at the fair, and it was so funny when the kids recorded that the other day. He goes, Yeah, I was just being silly. I was just having fun. I hope that was okay. It's always okay when teachers and administrators can just have some fun with the kids. They love it. They absolutely love it. But I put that up on our page, featuring our kiddos and vice principal Stags. And anyway, but we're featuring this morning, of course, our county mayor, Billy Vogle, is in the house. And we just want to welcome y'all to it and whatever we have going on. I saw that I heard your comments at the 9/11 memorial, and I thought they were very good, and as always. But I heard you there.
Very, very humbling experience.
I bet. Well, Lee Marie, she streamed that. I was already at school, so I couldn't be there, and but I appreciated her streaming that so we could hear what was going on. But yeah, I mean, and that's something that I appreciate the sheriff's office for doing that, every year. And I mean, we can't forget what happened, and
We tend to,
yeah,
and then we think about it, and can't believe it's been that many years.
you got to get on that microphone, brother.
I just can't believe it's been that many years. It's passed.
I know.
And
Next year will be the 25th, and I'm sure it'll be something. I'm sure they'll do something special for it. But
why do we have to let something like that bring us together as a nation?
I don't know.
And then that we kind of forget. We go back to our old selfish ways.
Honorary ways. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. You are correct, sir. That's true. And I'll tell you, we've just got to get better, guys. We got to get better with it. But anyway, I just I appreciate you though, and I appreciate your comments. And it just it's been a rough couple of weeks. There's just been a lot going on, and Aaron Slate said it best. I think he put up a wonderful. I mean, because we lost a couple of kids at Greenbrier too, and
yes, you have.
And there was one up in Cheatham County. And I mean, we lose kids constantly to different things. Most dangerous thing you do is get behind the wheel of your car. Everybody knows that. And that tends to be what takes our kids more. But when they take their own lives, and we've had 2 teens in the last couple of weeks that have taken their lives. And I just can't imagine not being able to find something to hope for to get beyond that. But there's obviously, something going on to take these kids down that road. But I shared what Aaron said, and I mean, it was really powerful. So just be praying, for all of us. And of course, we all, if you follow Charlie Kirk, all that's been going on. That's a hard thing to watch. But I heard a preacher say it so well. He said, I don't care if you like his politics or not, just get beyond that. The way he shared the gospel message of Jesus Christ to these young people was amazing, and he was very good at sharing the gospel. And I wish we'd all be more bold about that. So, find Jesus, y'all, and it'll make a difference. That's the big thing with these kiddos. Is I feel like more than anything is so many people are not people of faith anymore. But we got to fix that. So that's what 1100 WSGI is all about. We are a gospel station. We are a Christian station worldwide. Thanks to Ebenezer Broadcasting. We appreciate it. So share this far and wide, y'all. All right, Mayor, where we want to start?
Well, I was telling LaVern, this is one of my third week of the month is probably the busiest. We have, I come to work yesterday morning, and of course it's Monday, and we have things that happen over the weekend. My phone's ringing, and department heads calling, but then Tuesday morning, I'm on the radio at 7 o'clock. Uh-huh. At 9 o'clock, I've got my 911 meetings every month. And then I got to be in White House today at 11 to do the state of the county. We're also doing the Sumner County state of the county. So I'm gonna try to be short and sweet because I don't want to flood people with a lot of numbers. But I'm going to be honest, we've had a good year.
Very good.
I'm going to brag. I was with the state auditors last week, and we're going to get another 0 finding for the year 24.
Awesome. That's
wonderful. It is. It's awesome.
That's really good to hear.
Well, last year we was one of 12 counties out of 95 that got 0 findings. This is so many years in a row, and it's just I don't know whether it's part of being a small county or with the small government. I mean, you think Robertson County's big, but compared to some of the other counties, we're not. But still, that's just it shows the work of department heads and
that you've got good, honest people.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
well,
just sitting behind,
I mean, there's something
and-
they can do some things, and I don't, but you can kind of bend things, but we don't break them. We don't
Yeah.
break them.
Yeah, and see, and that's the thing. It's just you've got good, honest people trying to
Yeah.
do, to
We're
be
all
faithful to what.
Well, we're all trying to stretch that dollar far as it go.
Yep, for sure.
That's
But,
what we're trying to do.
For sure,
And,
for sure.
I
that's
noticed
wonderful.
in my state of the county today, I noticed the school budget's up around $150 million a year now. But to make it sound better, about 70-80% of that comes from state. The rest of it does come from the county. And somebody said, well, our population in schools may not be growing that much. Why we keep building schools? But what I've noticed is our schools are offering more subjects. It's not like it was when I was going to school, just math and English and science, and that's it. In fact, this week I'm reporting that we're moving on. We picked out the spot for our TCAP school.
That's great.
$39 million from state of Tennessee, and it's time for Robertson County to have a good TCAP school.
Yeah, and TCAT, where is it? So it's all. We talked about this yesterday at the teachers' meetings. Mark Gregory, the head of our CTE department, talked a little bit about that and said that we're getting real excited about what's coming in with TCAT, and I'm thrilled. These kids, they love having these options of different. I mean, you've got all kinds of wonderful things going in there, and there was a few things offered up about some ideas about what we'd like to see in there. I know James Wade, the plant manager for AirTech, said we'd love to see some 3D printing features in there. And some training on that, because we have the welding, we'll have HVAC, there'll be a lot of hydraulics and technology, a lot of things that are geared to engineering as well. But Mr. Gregory even mentioned it would be wonderful if we get some medical, some medical training in there.
Mr. Gregory's doing a great job.
Yeah,
in fact, he's
really
working. He's working with the airport right now to even have a class about aviation.
They're doing some things.
Yeah.
We've got some things in the discovery level in middle school where they can go in and take career discovery, and they can explore the things that they can do with flight. And they may have a class over at Innovation Academy already. I don't know, but I think they might.
I was at the airport last week at the meeting. They had over 5,000 flights come in and out last month.
Wow.
You wouldn't think that, but they're staying busy. Mm-hmm. We had a meeting. We meet at 8 o'clock over on Wednesday mornings once a month. And while I was in the parking lot, 3 or 4 landed and 2 took off, and it's something going on all the time out there.
It's a cool little airport. I love it. Yeah. I love it. It's a neat place. It's funny. Jessica Drake actually mentioned yesterday that's one of her favorite places to take her little boy Tommy for trick or treats, because they have an event out there. So I need to get in touch with them and just kind of stay, because I mean I will hear about things at the airport after the fact. So I've got to get a good liaison to keep me up to date on what's going on at the airport.
Last year they dropped everything out in a helicopter.
Yeah,
all the candy.
What she said. They dropped the candy out,
and the wind was blowing. The wind wasn't blowing right. I think all the candy landed in about 20-foot area, and them kids was fighting over it. It was something to see.
The scrap, huh? It's fun,
was something to see.
But I think that's cool, and we do have a great airport out there. That's really neat. Yeah. So what else you got going on, brother?
Well, we've done roll call, of course, we always do. And Megan Suttle has resigned as county commissioner out of the 1st district. I think I'm right, the first one. She's moving to Sumner County, so we've got an opening in that seat. If there's anyone from up there, we've got it advertised in the paper, and you can send me a letter. We will be appointing that opening next month at the county meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so that's the process. And what part of town? What part of the county?
Up there toward White House.
Okay.
Yeah, it's White House.
So she's moving out of county, so she's got to give up her seat.
Right.
And so you got a county commission seat open in the White House area.
The White House area.
And who is it that's vacating this? What's her
Megan Suttle.
Okay.
She was the first term county commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's
and a
moving?
brand new mom.
Yeah.
So she's got a lot going on.
So there you go, guys. If you want to check that open seat, you can get in and put your hat in the ring for that. And just because what will happen is you vote on that with the county commissioners, correct?
County commissioners will appoint it, and of course, the next election,
Then they'll have to run for election.
Then have to run
this
for
will be a
election,
temporary.
yeah.
When will that? Do you know when that will come up?
gosh, it's
they run-
next August.
Okay. Do they run every 2 years?
4.
Every 4.
4, and
Has it been 4? Wow. Okay.
See, I'm on my last year.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm on my last year. It's been 8 years.
So
Well, it's been 7, but I like one more year.
when does your term actually end? Then does it?
August 31st.
So next year, August.
We'll have a primary, in March
Okay.
or May, maybe March or May.
Okay.
And then we'll have the general election in August.
Okay. And then the new county mayor will take over then.
yes.
Beginning of September.
Yeah. Already got some
Okay.
people already campaigning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, God bless you, brother. We've had so much fun. I'm gonna miss talking to you every month. My goodness, that's fun. Danny Weeks and I, we have a great time, but I sure do miss Chris Causey. We had a lot of fun. We got to be such good. I get to be really good friends with the folks that come in here, and so when y'all, go and do other things, I miss you. So,
I hear a lot of good things about Danny.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. He's awesome. But it's again, I miss all those other relationships too. Yeah. And, Dr. Causey, I don't know what all he's doing. I guess he's up in the Clarksville area. But every now and then he'll chime in on something on social media, and I get an update from him. But it's, you get these friendships built up. So you're going to have to visit, buddy. We're going to have to stay in contact.
When I'm around the school superintendents, you see them when their times are stressed and in the good times. But it seems like Danny's pretty even keel.
Oh, he really is.
Yeah, he's even
pretty
keel.
chill. Pretty chill. He's a great guy, and we're having a lot of fun. And
he didn't get that gray beard for nothing, though.
Danny will be like, "Oh, I heard you were talking about me today, LaVern." But anyway, all good, brother, all good.
In our communications last night, on a sad note, it seemed like it's just happening way too much. Faye Stubblefield wasn't in presence last night. She lost her husband last Friday. And
I had not heard that.
Yeah, well, this has been a very long illness with him.
I had not heard
and she,
that.
Hospice was like in for a month.
I did not realize
and she was literally wore out.
Well, God bless
but
her.
I talked to her.
I'm so sorry, Faye.
I talked to her, and Faye knows he's in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
He's with, he said he's gone home to be the Lord, and she's resting, but the funeral arrangements are incomplete at this time.
Well,
I will have it on email when I hear.
Reconnecting with that grandson that they lost so tragically too.
Yeah.
That's just something that that's got to give her some peace, knowing that reunion's happened, And well, God bless you, Faye. We love you, sister. And I had no idea. I've been so busy myself. I just didn't realize that was even going on.
On a happy note.
Yeah, let's get some joy.
We recognized. I can't believe 50 years of driving a school bus for Willie Mason.
Yeah, he's a good one.
And we done a proclamation last night.
Yeah.
And I told them they left out a paragraph about having to put up with them kids for 50 years. I mean, they talked about how good a fellow he was and doing all the dedication and how many lives he touched. But can you imagine how many kids touched his life?
Oh, I'm sure.
Touched his life in many ways.
I'm sure. And though, boy, on the bus, they can get wild.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I drove a bus for a little while. They can get wild.
I bet they touched his life.
Oh,
I asked him.
They did.
I said, was it a fast 50 years? And he looked at me and said, no.
Well, can you imagine that he's got kiddos that are, nearing 60 that were like, I rode your bus back.
Well, Darrell Woodard, one of the county commissioners, said he was my bus driver.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
But think about 50 years ago, what kind of buses he was driving too.
True.
I mean, I
bet they've changed a bit.
I mean, that goes back, they probably 4 speeds and everything else.
I can imagine. I can't imagine trying to drive a 4-speed bus. That would be.
Hey, can you imagine stopping on Fifth Avenue Hill right there at the courthouse with a bus load of kids and cars parked behind you? Well, there's a lot of them stopping every day. Good thing they're automatics.
Yeah, and that's
You'd be surprised the buses that come by the courthouse every day.
Oh, I would not, because my husband's driving. They've got him driving 2 routes before he goes and teaches all day, and then leaves and takes them home. Battery was dead this morning, so we had a exciting morning, but we got it cranked, so it was all good.
We had a visitor from Train Air Conditioning last night. we're having to replace about 11 units in the office building. And because it was the old hospital where the old units was, of course, they were big as refrigerators and was in the wall. We're having to train as furnishing the engineers and architects to cut these spots down for their units. Train has been very good to us. We've had a good relationship with them. You know, people say, well, you put it out for bid. Let me tell you something. Can't nobody touch their bids. Can't nobody touch them. He come to talk to us last night about all the counties in the state that they're working with now. And he also warned us, if you've got a unit at home that's a 3,000 ton, don't think $3,000 is going to replace it anymore.
No. Mm-mm.
These things have done got expensive, and probably they're getting, some of the materials getting hard to get.
I just don't. We didn't. We replaced ours just a few years ago, and it was. I mean, I'm going to say $7,000, $8,000.
Well, the EPA
It wasn't
keeps
cheap. It
the
wasn't
EPA
cheap at all.
keeps upgrading the fluid that you put in it,
Right.
and whatever you got 5 years ago, it's already outdated.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's
between
expensive.
it's expensive.
Staying cool is expensive, y'all.
Yes, it is.
That's one of the
let me
reasons
tell
you go up north, and some people don't have air conditioners. They just sweat it out in the sun.
Well, it's like at my house. My wife's probably laying under a blanket right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I keep it pretty cool in there.
Yeah. Well, I like it cool when I'm sleeping.
I do
but,
too.
All right.
Well,
County Mayor Billy Vogle in the house. What else did you cover?
Still on communications. Last night I had a visit from Becky Wall with the DAR. This week is Constitutional Week. Constitutional Week, yeah.
And she's going to be in here tomorrow morning before Ryan
Yeah.
Martin to talk to us about Constitution Week.
Man, I tell you get talking to her about the Constitution, and this lady's a live wire. She's very, very dedicated. We had proclamations made for every mayor in Robertson County, which is all 11 of us, to sign. And we were supposed to have something tomorrow afternoon at the courthouse about all the bells ringing across the United States at 3 o'clock. But we happened to find out we got court at 3 o'clock. And it seemed like the judge don't get too happy with that when he's doing court. So we've had
I was wondering why we weren't participating because she
That's-
told me that we weren't going to be doing that, and I was like, well, I wonder why. So okay,
Well,
there you go.
we moved across the road for the microphone and everything, decided to do it there, but still the bell's on the courthouse tower. And,
Okay.
it's, I won't never forget, it's kind of a story now. The chamber last year, 2 years ago, was having like 14 ribbon cuttings right there at the chamber office across the road from the courthouse. And every one, we'd cut the ribbon, and they'd shoot off these things that bang, and there's about 3 or 4 of them shooting off. They'd holler, "Welcome to the chamber." And then we'd turn around and kept doing it about 14 times. Well, they was having court upstairs. And when I walked in the courthouse after everybody got done, it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant. So we tried to find out whether they're having court when some of these events are going on.
Oh, I hadn't thought about it.
Hey,
That's
let me
funny.
tell you,
That's funny.
when you get to mess in that courthouse, you better learn the rules.
That's funny.
I've had to learn that myself. But she made a proclamation last night, and even made a proclamation to me with a plaque, because I've tried to help them so much about doing this week. And they're going into the schools now talking about the Constitution, which is a great thing. These kids need to learn at an early age the blood and the work that went in
Better believe it.
for the rights we have and how we're protected by the Constitution.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
So
And we usually do something for Constitution Week at school. And I don't know that we're going to get to do that this week simply because we're in talent show mode. We're getting ready to do talent show, but we'll do something on it. But I was wanting to see, did they do the Trash and Treasure publication still? I haven't talked to Debbie about this. They normally put out a Trash and Treasure publication, and it has the Constitution in it. So I'm assuming they're still doing that. I haven't talked to her in a while about that. Man, I've got to go by and see her about that. But if they've got that Trash and Treasure publication out, that will have something that always has the complete Constitution in it. So I was just trying to find it to see if she had anything, but I don't see anything just right off the bat. But I'll keep looking. But it is Constitution Week. And you'd be amazed at how many people don't know enough about our that'd probably be a really good question for our Ask a Bobcat this week. Is something about the Constitution, and of course, we might not be happy with the results too. So, what else you got for us, Mayor?
Okay, we moved on, went to public comments from the crowd outside, the public, and there was no comments about anything on the agenda till we got down to the, of course, the zoning resolutions, which there's always some comments about that. But we done all of our reports last night, and I've got some, just handed to me last night that I'm planning on using today, but I think it's good news for Robertson County system. It comes out of our emergency management, the ambulance service. From September the 1st, 2024 to September 1st, 2025, they responded to over 11,146 responses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. See, that's about 1,200 more, be 100 more a month than it was last year. And it's a 10% increase in need for the
just went off here. I was
resources.
trying to find something with Debbie, huh? Go ahead.
That's all due to our growth. With the population of approximately 80,000 people, 14% of our citizens will call EMS.
14%?
14%.
Man, I tell you, and you want to make sure, and that's one thing too, people, I've just noticed more and more people pulling out in front of these guys and not paying attention to sirens and those kinds of things. When you see that and you see them coming, just stop, pull over. My friend Paul Rainey will be saying amen, amen,
Yeah.
former firefighter himself. Because that's just unbelievable. I saw somebody pull right in front of a ambulance the other day.
Well, surely you can hear them. I mean, I'm up there in my office, and I can hear them. They're coming out of the station up there.
Well, sadly, people have so much stuff in their ears going on. Sometimes they don't. And they had to have seen this one, and they just pulled right out in front of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, if that was going to take care of your loved one, you wouldn't want people pulling out in front of them. But anyway, that's amazing, though. Keep going.
We're in our budget this year. We're putting another ambulance station in the White House on a full-time basis because of budget crunches or what, just money. This will be a 12-hour ambulance during peak time of the day. We have found out that every time when we go to White House, most of the time that ambulance will go down 65, and that ambulance will be gone a while. So we'll have to pull another one up there to be in that area. Well, that may leave Springfield short, or we have to pull one out of the west part of the county to make up the difference in Springfield.
Yeah.
So we're putting the ambulance up there. The population to the ambulance need, you're talking about you need an ambulance every 10,000 people.
Yeah.
And we've got 9 now. We have a total of 9 ambulances, and 5 of them are new. We've got 2 command vehicles out there, and we've donated 3 of the older ambulances to the flood-stricken Unicorn County. Remember the flood?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we gave 2 ambulances for them because they had several, destroyed. An ambulance got destroyed.
Well, I remember us taking them, what we had, and some that we had that were older, and they're like, well, these are nicer than what we had. So, I mean, I remember that comment, God bless them, but, man, I'm telling you, it just,
we attained, every ambulance has got defibrillators on them, all of them.
Right.
All of them's new, and we've got transport ventilators for critical patients going to Nashville. We've done a lot of work, but here's the best thing I'm really proud of. We've got the best relationship ever now with TriStar up here at Northcrest. We really do. They send representatives to our meetings, and when we're sitting there together, and if we have a problem, like some of the emergency crews on the ambulances didn't like pulling over the speed bumps when they got in around the emergency room. So I don't know if they took them out, but when you got patients back there, it's kind of, hey, I've been in ambulance. It's a rough ride anyway.
Yeah.
It's not very smooth.
Yeah. I've been blessed. I've never had to. So,
well, I didn't want to.
Well, no, I take that back. What am I saying? When I fell down the stairs at church, they took me in an ambulance. Paul Rainey's going, LaVern, you were too, because he helped put me in it. But I forgot about that. I fell down. Yeah, I fell down the stairs at church.
That's how I ended up.
Broke the end off my elbow.
I had a pair of socks on, just put on, and I went bebopping down the steps. Next thing I know, I done a header into the wall down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stairs are dangerous, y'all. Hold the handrail. I'm just gonna say. I swore I didn't. I mean, I fell down a concrete set of stairs. It was bad. It was bad. But I'm super careful on stairs. But yeah, I did. I did ride in that ambulance. I was pretty out of it though, so I was like, oh. Anyway, what else you got for us, Mayor? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pause.
Yeah, you need to do a commercial.
Half hour here.
Make some money.
Let's go. And we're gonna send you to Bernard Farm Custom Cuts and Market because I tell you, they have got their big pasture to plate dinner, and it is happening for Friday night. And if you want tickets, you better get on in there because they will sell out. But it is a wonderful event. Everything that Bernard Farms does is just class act. They do such a great job. But this pasture to plate dinner, I mean, it is a 4-course meal. So it's elegant. It's going to be beautiful, char grilled beef fillet with savory herb butter. They're going to have live music with Lance Carpenter. It's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful event, and you're going to want to be a part of it. It's just a great way to enjoy fall. You can go out there and just enjoy the farm, enjoy the camaraderie and the fellowship, but you got to get your tickets. Tickets, just until Friday, of course, and when they sell out, they're sold out. But it is Friday night, if you want to go to this 4-course, elegant pasture-to-plate dinner, all with foods that they grow right there. I still love telling the story on Julie. I was in there one day picking up some lunch, picking up their little pork burgers, which were so good. But we were in there grabbing lunch, and this woman comes in, and she's looking through the meat case, and she comes up with some kind of a sausage. And she asked Julie, she says, now, it says there's no MSG in that. I don't see any on the ingredients, but, sometimes they put it in there anyway. And Julie said, she goes, well, I'm they, and I made it. And I didn't. And it was just so funny. But it's good stuff. And you can find just nothing but good stuff going on out at the Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market. They've got fall decorations out there for you. I know that they're always cutting fresh meat each week and probably working on pork this week. And, of course, things that they're getting ready for. They're getting stuff ready for this, the pasture to plate dinner as well. But if you want to go and see them, they're open right now Tuesdays through Saturday. Fall is a busy time, so they're closed Mondays and Sundays, but they're open right now 7 to 4 Tuesday through Saturday. 7 to 4 Tuesday through Saturday. Come by, grab a breakfast biscuit with them, grab a pork burger for lunch. You're going to love visiting with them, and it is just a great time and great products there. Bernard Farms Custom Cut and Market. You got to get out and get your tickets to the Pasture to Plate dinner. It is this Friday night. Beautiful, elegant 4-course meal. You're going to love it. They're at 7536 Clay Gregory Road, 7536 Clay Gregory Road in Orlando. It's time to get those tickets for the Pasture to Plate dinner. It is this Friday night. And when you talk to them, tell them you turned sent you. Mayor Vogle, what else are we going to talk about, brother?
We're talking about tickets. I think New Chapel Men's Club's fixing to have their fundraiser.
Oh, when is that?
So I don't know because I've already donated, but it's at right after work. You can go and get the food at the Mexican restaurant up here on the Boulevard. But I can't remember what day. But you know the members that's in that club, call one of them and help them out. And speaking of tickets, the Chamber's giving away a brand new Dodge pickup.
Oh,
and
at the fair? Maybe?
No, this is one of their fundraisers later on. But it's $100 a chance. But let's say they don't sell, but maybe 1,000 or something, or maybe whatever. They're going to get enough to pay for the truck. But hey, somebody's going to win a brand new truck.
That's pretty cool.
I told Dale that I was planning on winning that truck. I'm going to leave Rob's Canada a brand new truck.
There you go.
I love it. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be fun.
Blowing my horn.
I may have to get me a ticket for that truck. That'd be fun.
Well, I told her I was going to get about 15 or 20 guys. We'd all buy tickets and put them together. And then if we win, we'll just end up selling the truck and splitting the money.
There you go.
Make something work, wouldn't it?
There you go.
She said that'd work for her too.
There you go. So
okay, I'm going to get into our public hearing now about the zoning. We had a request last night come from zoning. We're changing some of the rules up there, folks. And we're not trying to make it harder, but we're trying to conserve agriculture farmland too. we made a change to our RP 80 lots coming out of Ag 2. And what it is, we're trying to make the lots maybe a little narrower but deeper. Now, if you say, okay, well, it's going to be a driveway going back to 4 acres or what? I mean, R80? No, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it to where we're not, if you got a 5 acre tract and you're wanting to do something, you haven't got to use up the whole 5 acres. We need to quit trying to sell 5 acre tracts constantly, because that does eat up farmland. Now, out of the county's control, if an auctioneer wants to track up a farm, or the family, not necessarily the auctioneer, and they go 5.01 or 5.10, you don't have to come to zoning to do that. The state says you can do that without going to your zoning, but when you do 5 acres or less, you have to come to zoning. So we looked at that. What we're trying to do is conserve some agricultural land, plus make it easier on people building houses. And that passed last night pretty quick. And while we're at it, we're working on some stuff to try to, we're going to start putting more on the developer about doing traffic studies before they put big developments in. Out in the county, that is. Now, what the cities do, we don't have no control. But out in the county, if you're pulling out onto a county road or something and you're wanting us to pass a big development, but that road will not hold the traffic, whether it's commercial, industrial, or whatever, hey, we're going to look at that real hard, because we're having a lot of problems on some of our county roads where somebody's pulling out with school buses. There's no turning lanes. That's a problem that's fixing to be fixed.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, we're looking at maybe developers putting in turning lanes. Depends on the number of houses up in there. But some of this stuff's out of our control. When a city annexes land, but they don't take the road that it joins, it puts a burden on the county.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's a big burden. We can't tell how many houses they're building on their land, but furnishing a road that can't handle it is a major, major problem.
And the school buses that's a big part of it. We were on a road the other day with my husband and I, and we were pulling a trailer and just going to pick up something. And I was like, my goodness, I don't think I realized this road was this bad. He goes, yeah, you should meet a semi on this road in a school bus. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And there are some roads that semis are supposed to stay off of, I think, but they don't always do it. But I'm telling you, the bus drivers, they need these road improvements to keep your kiddos safe.
Well, it's just
Sure.
it's the highway department do the very best they can, but they're on a limited funds.
Right, very much.
The only money they get, it comes from the state, and that's on the fuel tax. They get zero with property tax. And of course, if we gave them some property tax, we would have to raise taxes. But then you're telling the people that's on property here, hey, we're going to fix this road for the people that are moving in. And sometimes that don't go over well.
Right, for sure.
Like I tell people, we got needs and wants in this county. We meet the needs, but to do the wants, you're going to have to raise taxes. So sometimes it's not Santa Claus.
That's just a hard truth.
It's a hard truth.
Exactly. It's a hard truth.
But anyway, we had two Ag 2s going to R40, which is 4,000 square foot lots, one in District 8, one in District 3. One of them was a young lady that her parents passed away, and they're wanting to track up the old home and sell it because they just don't need it anymore. Her husband passed away, and she can't take care of it. So both of those passed. And then we went from Ag 2 to R80, which was both in District 7. District 7 is around from Barren Plains to Stroudsville in the Adams C. Hill area. And one of them was a guy wanting to track off 7 acres to build a couple of houses. And then another one was just somebody right there, pretty well right around Adams, was going to do a construction. I think he's wanting to build him a spec house. So both of these passed too. That's unusual. We have 4 zonings pass in one night.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anybody there to complain about any of these 4 sites.
Oh, okay.
And that was unusual. So we got through that pretty good, without a nosebleed. And then we went to our resolutions, and we had Good grief. I mean, I can't believe right after the budget we had this many resolutions. Usually you think the budget takes care of things for a little while, but we had one from the school fund, and let me get my paper out because I can't remember all of them, but I do remember this one. The school was wanting to move about $300,000 over into capital outlay, and most of it is for the Coopertown ball field. I think that's going at the middle school, new baseball field. So they need amendment for that.
That may be correct. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and then they had $1,250 they wanted to move for energy efficient bond, which that bond was probably going to be on a grant deal to help get some air conditioners put in some of the school. So that was about $300,000, and that passed with no problem. Usually the schools they pretty well take care of the stuff, but we'll do a lot of amendments for the schools. Here's one here we did for $1.9 million, which come from the schools, and this is state education funds that came to the school. When they get money from state, they got to come to the county commission for us to pass it. I mean, even though it's their money, it's just part of bookkeeping, folks. And they used it for Social Security, Medicaid taxes, and state retirement. You can just go on down the board for every different department they got: attorney school, vocation school, and regular school. So this comes from state, $1.9 million, and I think some of it was a $2,000 bonus for teachers that are employed in kindergarten through grade 12 at public schools.
Yeah, we're supposed. Yeah, and I mean we're supposed to be getting that in this month. I think, so.
Yeah. Well, that's part of that. Was part of that money.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah. The next one came from solid waste. We are constantly now having to look at solid waste. As we're growing, I remember we was paying like $260,000 a month to move the trash out of Robertson County. We've gotten up to around $330,000 a month now. That shows you how this county's growing. We still do free trash through the convenience centers. We take Springfield and White House trash free, but our transfer station is getting smaller compared to the trash that's coming in. We're fixing to have to do some more improvements out there. About 8-10 years ago, maybe 8, we started taking some money out of solid waste and putting it in like a fund account for expenditures to grow. And thank goodness we did, because we're fixing to expand. Where part of the problem when you go out there, the people that's unloading by hand take so long that the people that's got the dump trucks are having to wait. Mm-hmm. So we're fixing to divide that up. We're going to put the hand unloading somewhere else, try to keep that line moving, folks. And also, about 3 months ago, we lost a loader that caught on fire. It was electrical fire, and before they could even, in fact, I think the operator had to jump out, and we wasn't able to get to the fire extinguisher. We lost that loader, but the insurance is paid for it, and because the money we put back, we're buying a new loader, which this loader's, we got to have 2 loaders out there for all the trash we're getting. But we found some new loaders for 223 models, and we got them at those prices. So we moved over $214,000 out of the capital outlay purchase to buy this loader. And like I say, the money was already there, and it's just part of good planning on that committee. We have a solid waste committee which Randy Wilson chairs. Everybody knows Randy.
I have a question. Paul Rainey just put this in. He said a question about property taxes. With all the new building going on, doesn't that increase the property taxes coming in?
I'm going to have to pretty well, rooftops, if you're the county, rooftops don't pay for themselves. Oh. Okay. Now, see, you're putting me in a hot seat here.
Oh, I just thought that was an interesting question.
But here's the
see what he's saying.
If you're a city, you want rooftops.
Right.
Because of commercial, you're making money off commercial and everything. But when you do rooftops to the county, we're looking at more trash that we're doing free. I don't know how much longer we keep doing that. We'll have to start buying more ambulances. That's the reason we're putting another up White House. The jail, 4% of your population will always be incarcerated.
Wow.
And that don't count. We're having to maybe build a judicial center because our courtrooms are being packed. And court system is very expensive. People don't even think about that. And not to mention, we're probably looking at 2 schools in the next 3 years.
So, but it just doesn't balance out.
It may be great for the city because they can get the Publix and the steakhouses.
Yeah.
But for the county, we're having to furnish services for all the rooftops.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
it's
I thought that was an interesting question.
it is a good question.
Yeah.
I try to not. I don't want to upset the cities,
Sure.
but we when you get to building $80 and $100 million school with all the sport facilities, that, for instance, the baseball field at Cooktown's $1.3 million.
That just blows my mind.
And,
The cost of everything.
And
It's
see,
just
when
incredible.
the counties, and all the county has really got is property tax to put their hands on. We have not a lot of control over the sales tax, which most of our sales tax, probably 90% of it, goes to the schools. That's how the schools are run. Tennessee is a rooftop state. We are based on a sales tax, system. So rooftops are the thing. But when you're a county government that's only on property tax, what money you get out of that house, you're not going to get the money out of that house it takes to even put them kids in school that year probably. I mean, I tell people, I had 3 kids, and it's $7,000 a year to put a child through school. Well, right there is 36 years at $7,000 a year per child. Have I really paid the county back yet?
Yeah.
Which some of the state money I admit.
Right.
But have I paid it back yet? I don't know.
Very good point. That's a very good point.
That's a sticky subject.
Talking with County Mayor Billy Vogle about all things related to Robertson County, but we are going to pause just one more time and talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards. Speaking of rooftops, Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. You want to know what's going on in real estate? They are good ones to talk to. They are so keyed into what's happening here in Robertson County because they are Robertson Countyans themselves. 30 years up in Cross Plains. We like to call them Cross Plainians, but they've got a diverse background. They originally came from Kentucky, so they understand the nuances of living in Kentucky, working in Tennessee. Barry came out of his marketing background. He was a vice president of a media marketing company for nearly 17 years in Nashville. I call him with every kind of video and camera question. I had something the other day, and we were in a bind. We were trying to get something together with a camera, and I told Miss Grimes that was in the room with me, I said, I've got an expert's number in my pocket here. And I called Barry, and he walked me through what I needed to do, and we got it done. And, when you can have that kind of expertise on your real estate team that understands how to get the good pictures, how to get the good video, doing walkthrough tours, doing the drone footage, it's a game changer when it comes to selling your property. Marketing is everything, and he knows all about it and can do it perfectly. He is the broker here in Springfield for their office, and she has the agency office in White House. The two combined together are Exit Prime Realty. They've been with Exit the entire time they've been in real estate. They were originally with the Garden Gate team. Started their own branch in the tree a couple of years ago, Exit Prime Realty. Again, Barry and Rebecca Richards. You can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertsoncounty.com. Or you can call Rebecca at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Let them know U-Turn sent you. Back to you, Mayor.
I want to just say that was a very good question. Very good question because,
Thank you, Paul.
yeah, because we are not having a property tax increase, but we are having 3% growth.
Mm-hmm.
And that 3% is what we balance the budget with.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yes, we do get more money as we furnish more services. Now, if it gets over 3%, we're going to be looking at, tax increases. And that's the reason growth is going to happen.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to move to Kentucky and pay a state income tax. So we got the cheapest taxes probably around the nation. So they are coming to Tennessee, and I'm going to tell you, that's an excellent question. It's
Very
hard.
good, Paul.
It depends on if you're a city official, how you answer, or if you're a county. It's not that we're in competition, but what's good for one sometimes is part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of it. So as long as you got to control the growth, that's the main thing. You don't want more rooftops and growth, and of course it brings in jobs, but you've got to also means more services.
Very, very much so, and that
Yeah.
gets expensive. Like you said, just the $7,000 a year to put a kid into school can tap you out pretty fast.
Well, that don't even count building the school. These schools have got to where sometimes it makes me say, hey, do we need to be going to school year round? You build $100 million facility, and then it's closed a lot. The school superintendent came up a day, and he was talking about what it costs now to put lights on a football field, baseball field, soccer field. They play at night. And I said, well, we're going to start playing in the daytime, aren't we? Because I couldn't believe what he said some of those lights cost now. So it's just cost a lot of money.
Yes, it
A lot of
does.
money.
Yes, it does. Every time they kick them on at the baseball field, I go, cha-ching.
Yeah.
It gets expensive very quickly.
And I tell people, I've been mayor 7 years now. I've never had a parent call me about test scores, but you let little Johnny's football go flat, and my phone started ringing off the wall. So anyway,
That's
hey, let's get
hysterical.
okay. We have the next resolution come from the sheriff's department, and this was where we had made a mistake and overpaid the sheriff part of his payroll this year on this budget, and the sheriff was nice enough to catch it and put the money back in the general fund.
All right.
It's about $70,000. Thank you, sheriff. Whoever caught it over there. Okay, this here is, we had a $22,000 amendment. This comes from a buyout from the employee from Building Grounds. It's the department head there. He's been there 40-something years, and he's fixing to head to the house. Been a very important employee. He was there when the hospital was there, so he knew that building, every creek and corner, behind every concrete wall. So we're going to hate to lose old Joe, but Joe's ready to go, and I don't blame him. I'm trying to move on fast there. Here's where we had a grant come in from the state of Tennessee for $2,882 to go to Safe Baby Court. This grant, this Safe Baby Court is something that we just started having.
Yeah.
It's new.
Tiffany Thompson runs
Yeah,
that.
runs that,
She
and
comes
it's
in
new.
talks to us. Yeah.
But it was something that's probably needed across the state of Tennessee. This was a grant to go in there to help out with some of the capital outlay and funds, extra funds for that department. Come from the state, folks. Okay, our next one is a $37,000 resolution we had. So that's what gets me. All this is coming in after we just done the budget. Some of this here's one we did not see coming. We've had an employee out there since 1998 at the UT Extension Office, and at the Agriculture Extension Office out there going out Memorial Boulevard, and the state has always been paid. This employee's been paid by the state and federal government since 1998. Well, they decided now that they're not going to pay it no more, and they said the county's got to pay it. So we did not see it coming, so our part's $37,429 to keep this employee. And they passed it last night that with us being so far in agriculture and also they're working with school children too that wants to be part of ag, this employee does part of that. So that passed 18-0 last night pretty easy. But we did not see that coming. But for some reason I'm not surprised. Part of it, folks. We had another amendment for about $3,800 last night. We had a county, this goes to the county administrator of elections. She got a pay increase, but we didn't know what her title was really, whether she was elected official or appointed, and she is appointed. So that means she is treated like an employee. So she got a raise last night, the same as the county elected officials got. So that was voted on last night. It's $3,800, and Kathy deserves it. So that passed pretty easy too. Resolution number 10. We needed a security guard for Drug Recovery Court Fest. That's where they had that down at the fairgrounds, isn't it? Court Fest, the Drug Court.
Well, we had it at the fairgrounds. It was the Recovery Fest.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was about a month ago.
Okay.
On Saturday.
Well,
Yep.
I think this year they decided they needed a little more security down there. So this is all it is pays overtime for 1 day.
Okay.
They put an officer down there, which is $575. You say, well, that's a lot of overtime. Well, you're paying for the car, everything in the car, and what all's there. And that's to go to August the 9th.
Yeah.
2025
Yeah.
was when they had it, and this here's comes out of comes out of the general fund.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could make this work with some of my opioid money. Now, imagine, need to look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're getting in some resolutions now that's I would think would come after the budget. Here's a resolution comes surplus property from the sheriff's department. He's all the time selling them. Here's a 2011 Chevrolet pickup. I imagine it's probably got 3 wheels on it. Some of this stuff is wore out, but it'll go on Tennessee.gov if you want to bid on it. And, of course, to keep the book straight, he does have to come to the county commission to sell that. Here's surplus property coming from the Board of Education out of their technical department. And I imagine this is wore out computers, and it's all got a list. And there's people that buys that stuff and scrap it and recycle it. So, but this item here had to be valued under $500, but still you have to come to the county commission. All right, here's some more surplus property from schools, and I know what this is. This is some old school buses that LaVern has done wore out.
Oh, driving them.
The state, a school bus only has a lifetime, and the state knows that. So here's about 13 school buses that will be put up for auction. Most of them 2005s. I see a 98 in here. One pickup's a 94. And here's a box truck. I didn't say what year. Most of these school buses, there's 2006. So it is, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've done lived their life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and, of course, we'll replace these buses with new buses. I'm adding buses. I need to see what the price is of
Oh, I
buses.
can't even imagine.
Ask Dr. Weeks.
I'll find out. Well, Mr. Heinerman would know. And I'll tell you, Mark Gregory, they had some CTE funds that they were able to buy some buses for the CTE program. And so that was helpful. But, so.
Okay, here's a resolution coming from the Highway Department. If you have a problem with speeders on your road, usually you need to go talk to your highway commissioner. He is elected a person. And if you want that speed limit lowered and signs put up, I've never seen them turn anybody down.
Oh, okay.
Here's one on, let me get the road right. It's, I think it's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit on Old New Cut Road. Yeah. It's in the 10th district with the commissioners, Willie Peach.
So they've dropped it to 30?
They dropped it to 30 miles an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 miles an
Pay
hour.
attention, guys.
Yes,
You know,
times
You'll
are
get pulled
changing.
over if you don't.
Here's another resolution from the Highway Department, and what this is, where the city is annexing land from the county. So there's a portion of 2 roads up. Well, this road here, WDBL.
Oh.
Yeah. And, now that they could fix into, I guess, Vesper Village is, index some land. So the county's losing a portion of 2 roads here. Yeah. So we had to vote last night that we are acknowledging that these 2 roads will not be on the county map anymore.
So they're going to the city?
They're going to the city, but I imagine these 2 roads is going to be took out of service. One of them's a turnaround, and as Vesper Village grows, they're pretty well going to have their new roads inside that thing.
Okay.
They're talking about commercial land houses and yeah.
Now you said DBL Road.
Well, it's a turnaround somewhere. It might be this turnaround right here.
Okay.
They're probably going to do away with the middle part. It's
Okay.
out to the open field.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe it could hook onto them and make I haven't seen the plans, but I
Yeah.
imagine that's what that's about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is a resolution about our TCAP school. The county is going to give the property to TCAP to do this school because they got $39 million, and we didn't see any need of them taking a majority of that money and trying to buy land.
Yeah.
We want the whole $39 million to go into the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Where's it going to be?
well, it's either going to be on the right-hand side when you turn off Highway 49 on 76, or it's going to be on the left-hand side.
Okay.
TCAP is wanting to put it on the right-hand side.
Okay.
That way they can come off 76 and 49.
Okay. TCAT. That's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. We're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm leery about with the new subdivisions coming in on Fifth Avenue and out toward Travis Park. That, we maybe need to look at traffic situation pretty hard out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of cars coming in and out in every which way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
well,
but the land's free to them.
Okay, well, that's good.
Portion of land we're looking at that they're wanting, we've tried to sell it twice and
just haven't got a buyer for it.
nope, just don't have a buyer. Just don't have a buyer.
What else you got? We're just same as that time, but let's wrap it up.
That is it.
We got through it. I love it. Boy, I tell you, it's a push sometimes, especially if we get to chit-chatting too much.
Hey, Monday's the first day of fall out here.
Is it next Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's also our talent show, our fall talent show
Yeah,
at Greenbrier.
and you Tennessee fans out there were still suffering. You better quit worrying about Georgia. You got Vanderbilt coming up.
Uh-oh. I don't pay any attention to it. But they won, though, Saturday, didn't
Who, Tennessee?
Yeah.
No, they didn't win.
I thought they did.
They could have, should have, just didn't.
Okay. Yeah. I thought they did. But anyway, all right, guys. Shows you how much I pay attention to sports. But appreciate you, Mayor Vogle.
Well, appreciate you.
And appreciate all you guys paying attention. Get out to the fair parade today at 5 o'clock. Don't miss the fair parade and the opening for the fair. You can get an $18 ticket, and that gets you all the rides for free if you pay an $18 entry fee. And seniors, you can take a toy for the Kiwanis, and you'll get in for free, so that way you can go to all the exhibits. But all kinds of fun stuff happening on Fair Week. This is 1100. Oh, hang on, Mayor Vogel. What you got?
I think everybody like to hear it.
Okay, go for it.
Robert Redford passed away.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go, guys. All right. You heard it first right here on 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.